Hello, welcome to my video on a Rockford sander grinder, model number 31325. It was made about 1978. Time frame, I probably had it for 40 years. And the other day when I started it up, I heard a big bang. Assuming just a belt broke, I removed the guards. And when I removed the guards, I found that the lower drive wheel had broken half. Replaced the one up above a few years ago when it did the same thing. And I'm in the process of making a new one. The new one is on the lathe now. I've got it pretty well turned. I've bored the ID to fit the shaft. I've cut a recess in the face. And one of the things that the shaft has is a flat on it and a set screw that comes down at an angle. So the original one did, so I'm doing the same here. I'm going to put a set screw hole in here, and this, by cutting this at a 45-degree angle, this will allow me to drill the hole and tap the hole a little easier. Drilling from the outside down to there would be problematic. Need a long tap, or you want to counterbore the hole, and various other things. So that's all been cut. I've also cut it similar to the original plastic drive wheel in that it has a raised portion in the center here, about 10 thousandths high, though it's pretty well wore off on the original plastic wheel. Traditionally, what they would do is put this as a taper on each side, and that would usually be an 1/8 inch per foot is the traditional taper. And if you look at the original idler here, you will find that it is tapered that way. But the old wheel, drive wheel, you can see has a raised portion in the center. And I did that with the original replacement up here, and it's been working out real well. If it doesn't track well, I may have to take it off and redo it. And where I'm at right now, I have it about ready to part off. So one of the things to be concerned about when doing this is making sure that this hole fits the shaft. Nothing people dislike more, especially a mechanic, when he goes to reassemble something and it doesn't fit. Now you can measure it and assume you're right, but you got to get the right tolerances there. I've got that about a 1/2 thousandths oversize, and hopefully it'll slip on with just maybe a little bit of lubrication to get it to go on there. So that's where I'm at right now. Now when setting up to machine the back side of the part, it's always good to, since the OD is completed, the ID is completed, you're going to be chucking on the OD, is to put our protective material in there. I just used aluminum, taped it on to the jaws. And when I grab the part, I don't have to worry about marring the outside surface of the finished part. Then I went ahead and cut the recess on the inside. After turning on the lathe, move the part over here to the milling machine, where I laid out a center line using a center head and set it up in my vise. This vise has rotating jaws that will allow it to act like a V-block to hold it securely in place. So I set it up on center using the center line that I laid out and a wiggler. I milled a small flat on the surface of the part, then center drilled a hole using a long center drill. Number 7 drill, which is used for a 1/4-20 tab, and that's determined using like a drill chart, or you can use the internet. Tapped it with a 1/4-20 tap. I used a spring-loaded guide to help keep it in alignment. You could countersink it. I didn't in this case, but that can be done as well, especially if you didn't mill flat on it. It'd be good to put a countersink on it. And that is it. With the guards removed, and I've replaced the pulley, or the drive wheel, on the machine, adjusted it so that it is in line with the upper wheel, idler wheel, and I'm ready to turn it on and try it with the guards removed temporarily to verify alignment with the machine before I assemble the guards. With that in mind, there is an adjustment that may be made to adjust the drive wheel or the idler wheel to allow for alignment adjustment. It is a noisy machine. Alignment check's good. I will go ahead and put the guards back on and get ready to mount it back on the workbench for use. And that's what it looks like. The machine looks like with the guards replaced after completing the repair. And it's ready to start using again. Thank you.